everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina, and today we're playing with our Mini Monsters Cricut cartridge. I already went ahead and cut out my little monster, and I cut everything out at 3 inches. So I thought the first thing we could do is go ahead and put our little monster together. And I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Let's see, my glue stick here, my glue pen. And I'm going to go ahead and start by putting my little monster ears on. And hopefully I'm staying on camera here. Okay, so there's our monster's ears. And before I go ahead and add this layer, I'm going to go ahead and stamp using my Monster Mash face assortment set from Peachy Keen Stamps. And I just need to decide, I'm just going to put this down on the bottom here because that's his little belly, what stamps I'm going to use. And I think I'm going to go with the three-eyed monster because he has 3 legs. So I'm going to use this one. I think this one's going to be good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put that on my block, and I'm going to use my black StazOn ink. And I'll stamp my monster face. Just like that. And then I'll go ahead and, well, let me add my monster belly. Add that right down the bottom. Because I'm actually going to go ahead and use dimensionals, the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, to pop my monster. So this layer is actually going to be have some dimension to it. Let's get this piece of scrap out of the way, and we'll go ahead and add our monster body on. Oh, he's so cute. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my monster to my shadow layer, and I'm just going to use my HG gun for this. Use that for the center part of them, and then I'll use my Zig 2A glue pen for the little pieces. Alright, center him right on my shadow piece there. So there's my little monster with this cute little 3-eyed face. And then for my card base, my base of my card is going to measure 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I cut it at, let me just get my score pal out here. I cut it at 11 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to go ahead and score it at 5.5. And I'm just using some paper tray ink black cardstock. And then for my pattern paper, which is the Echo Park Halloween collection, this is cut at 5 by 3 3/4, and then I have another black piece which is cut at 4 3/4 by, well, I forget, so let me just get my ruler out here. It's cut at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that's going to get layered right onto my pattern paper. But I'm going to go ahead and use my Martha Stewart Drippy Goo Punch. The reason why I start in the middle of my punch is because I like to make sure that the ends are the same on each side. And with the drippy goo punch, it doesn't really work out that way. So that's alright. So that's going to get layered right onto here, and I'll just adhere that down with my ATG gun. Go ahead and center that on the front of my card. And then I'm going to take my white, I have two different white pens. I have the Sakura gel roll white pen, and I also have the Signo Uniball Broad white pen. This one I got from Stampin' Up, but actually I really like the Sakura pen much better because it just got a finer line to it and it writes nicer. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some stitching lines right around the frame of my card, but I'm not going to go across the bottom of the where I punched. Okay, so I went ahead and added my stitch lines. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bow on my project here, and I'm just going to lay my little monster down and see where my bow is going to be. I went ahead and added a piece of score tape to the back of my ribbon, and I like to use the, you can use your ATG gun for this too, but I like to add the tape to the back of mine because then I don't have to worry about it popping off, and I just put that on really crooked. It's a little bit of a long piece there, but that's all right. So there we go, that's that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bow, and I already went ahead and tied this, and the ribbon I'm using is the Orange Zest Paper Tray Ink Stitched ribbon. So just going to go ahead and add that right to the top of my card. And I'm going to go ahead and add my monster to my card, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals again for my monster. I'll just center him right on there. And then I'm run out of regular dots or regular pieces, so I'm just going to go ahead and add, because we don't want to waste any of our dimensionals. I'm just going to add from the edges some strips of the leftover pieces of my sheet of dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead now, and now you have my dimensionals on the back, and go ahead and center my project here right onto the base of my card and make sure I have it nice and centered, and I do. And there we go. That's our card for today using the Cricut Mini Monsters Cricut cartridge. Thanks for watching another episode of Creations with Christina. See you next time. Bye!